where I was at the point where I was like, I can't catch a break. Sitting here making more people more money and I'm not getting paid at all.
I was so tired of feeling like every step that I had took was worth nothing. And every motion that I had put forth myself was not worth anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time we set the record straight about something. If you feel like you're tired, you feel like giving up, you've been working for so fucking long and you just feel like you can't take anymore. Your business isn't moving the way you want to. Your life isn't moving the way you want to. Now, we're gonna use this as your life, okay? Right now, you're here. You try to improve your life a little bit, okay? You take steps, and you keep taking steps, and you keep taking steps, but before you can get here, where your life is moving at a stagnant rate, okay? You're consistently going up. You're consistently gaining more momentum, whatever position that you were in before and whatever position that you want to be in the future. When I first started my business, I started a completely simple business model that all the gurus were teaching me at the time, and it was a social media marketing agency, and I ran paid ads for people. I ran them for free. That way I could start building a sort of name around my business, okay? And I continuously did that for so long, to where I was at the point where I was like, I can't catch a break. And so I was at that point where I was taking step forward, then something happened to where it brought me right back down and I had no more momentum. Now, what was that thing that brought me down? Well, it was a multitude of things. For those of you who don't know, I was a big party goer. I like to have fun. I like to hang out with my friends, and I enjoyed being in an influenced state of mind, whether that was using marijuana or alcohol at the time. Now, I'm not saying that marijuana or alcohol is bad. You can absolutely use it. Never. Okay, because what's life without a little bit of fun, am I right? So, with that being said, I was in the state to where I was gaining a little bit of momentum, but then that thing that dragged me back down, unfortunately, was the friends that I had created my environment around. This is the part where you start to change your environment, and this is the biggest thing to help you start to create your momentum again. Like I said, you feel like you've had enough. You feel like you can't take it anymore. You feel like giving up on your business. You feel like not doing e-commerce anymore. You feel like not running an ad agency anymore. Whatever you're doing, you're at the point right now where you're feeling like it's just not enough and you cannot do it anymore. Number one thing before you do anything else on this list is to create a better environment for yourself, okay? So you have these, we're gonna go back to this a lot. So again, you're sitting here and you're working, you're by yourself, you're at your desk, you're in your office, you're on your computer, you're on your phone, and you're consistently putting in work. You're consistently making videos to the point where you're almost at the point where you can let go and make momentum, but wait. Something drags you back down and you have no more momentum before you can get to that top and you can speed away. For everybody, it's different. For me, it was the friends that I had. It was the environment, again, that I had created for myself, but the environment that you create for yourself is pulling you back. It is making you feel this way. Now, what did I do personally that I feel could be of value to you? Well, the first thing I did was I cut off those friends. The friends that continuously tried to get me to come out, that tried to get me to smoke weed with them, that tried to get me to, go party and drink alcohol and get so fucked out of my mind that business wasn't even on the front of my mind. It was in the back of my mind, behind my subconscious. It wasn't even there hardly. So in the morning when I would wake up and I would feel guilty, it's almost like waking up the next morning after you know you've done something bad, but you still continue to do it anyway because it's like, it's that release, you know? You're constantly fighting and you're like, fuck, I need a release. And so you continuously do it again and then it's not even on your mind anymore. Now I'm at the stage again where I've invited those friends back into my life. And I've tried to get them on the same mindset that I have, and that was the first mistake that I made, was trying to force them to do something that they had never planned to do. A lot of you guys feel this way, and I know a lot of you guys want out. So, again, what I did was I cut off the fake friends. And of course they're fake. They're continuously trying to drag me down when all I want to be is here, and they're here. but they keep pulling me down and pulling me down and pulling me down to their level. One of the greatest sayings that I think I've ever heard or seen in a TV show is, life is like this, and I like this. What that means is, the normal life, you live at a stagnant rate. You get out of high school, you go to college, you get a job, you marry a 5, you have kids with that 5, and then you're set for life. You work that job for the rest of your life. You are in a loveless relationship by the time you're 40 because you can't stand your wife and your wife can't stand you, so you end up getting divorced, or you just hate yourself for the rest of your life. That's this. Again, I like this. The nice cars, the fancy watches, the nice trips, the expensive clothes. You get what I'm saying. So that brings me back again to the environment. The place that you surround yourself with. That defines who you are. Now, if I'm sitting in front of a television playing video games at a 9 to 5 rate almost, that's 8 hours a day for those of you who don't know what a 9 to 5 rate is, then that's what I'm good at. I'm good at playing video games. If I'm hanging out with my friends and Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, so that's 8 hours over Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, or even more, to the point where I'm smoking weed every day from, 10 o'clock in the morning when I wake up because I was up all night last night, to Sunday morning at 10 o'clock when I'm waking up, and then I'm smoking weed again, and then throughout the entire day. That's the environment I create myself. That's what I'm good at. I'm good at smoking weed. I'm good at drinking alcohol. I'm good at whatever it is. Once you do something so much, you begin to get really, really good at it, and it's common sense. I mean, obviously, if you start something and then you do it a lot, you start to get good at it. That's the environment, and that's what holds you back. And that's why I preach so much to get off the video games, stop smoking weed, stop drinking alcohol, get off your fucking phone, and put in the work. If you're still watching this, you're like, fuck, Dusty, I've put in the work, I've done what you said, and I'm still not going anywhere. Well, what else is holding you back? I asked myself that same question because when I first started my channel, and those were the things that I was preaching at the time, those were the things I was doing, but you guys don't know that I was still at the point where I was almost ready to pop because I was consuming myself full of work, full of my head in a laptop screen because I just wanted to start to win. And I stopped. I started to, go back down that path to where I was falling down the wrong direction, and I immediately took a U-turn down the road that I was going and started to go back down the wrong path. And I know it. Now, you could either this guy's a fucking idiot, I'm not gonna watch any more of this shit. Or you can look at this and take it to heart. The environment that I am creating for myself needs to be the environment that will put me on the path to success. That's number 1. Number 2, when you are constantly working and you have that environment of success, the number 2 thing that I have forgotten to do is continuing to educate myself on the skills that I'm looking to build. So I have a set of skills. Taking my ideas, I'm putting them to fruition. I have my business, I have my agency, I have my e-commerce store, and I'm continuing to try to work towards that end goal of 10K a month, 15K a month, 20K a month. But I'm not getting anywhere because I'm taking the minimal things that I have learned and I'm putting them there. Continuing to educate yourself is the best thing that you can do when you're in this situation. Because there are 1,000 people on YouTube that know 10 times more than what you do, even if you have a minimal base knowledge of the business model that you are working in. That being said, continue to educate yourself. Continue to put yourself first. Continue to feed your mind with knowledge to continue your path to success, because working isn't just going to get it done. You can work for the rest of your life and you will never be successful. And I think the best comparison that I had told myself, and that's what made me realize that, and it, honestly, now that I think about it, it really makes no sense. You could save $100 every paycheck for the rest of your life and you'll never be a billionaire. And so when I took that and I thought about that, I was like, wait, so if I were to take the knowledge that I have now and continue to work for the rest of my life, will I ever get to the stage that I want to be? knowing the basic things that I know about digital marketing, about running ads, about creating websites. What am I doing more than just saving that $100 every paycheck? If you get what I'm saying here. Number 3 thing that I did to push myself forward was something called monk mode. Now, honestly, you can take this how you want it, and the first probably 4 to 5 weeks are the hardest. What monk mode is the ultimate distraction blocker. So for 3 months out of the year, the non-negotiables. So you have the 3 things that are the non-negotiables in monk mode. You have the read for 15 minutes every day, meditate for 15 minutes every day, and no drugs or alcohol. The original monk mode had to no social media, but if you're a social media marketer, then that's kind of a given. You can't really give up social media. So what I did to replace that was I added something on my own. So I had 4 non-negotiables, and that was the ads only. That way I could continuously learn from the ads that I'm watching and seeing what works for other people. Because if it works for other people, then it's going to work for you. I don't know if you guys have heard the term, do not try and reinvent the wheel, but don't try and reinvent the wheel, because everybody who's tried to reinvent the wheel, I don't know if you guys notice, there's still wheels on cars 100 years later. And 400 years before, there was still wheels on buggies that were horse-drawn. So with that being said, I had my 4 non-negotiables. The 3 non-negotiables for you, again, are no drugs or alcohol. Read a knowledge-based book. And my favorite author right now is Robert T. Kiyosaki. He teaches all of the inner workings about the business of the 21st century. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Business of the 21st Century. He's got a list of books that are great for feeding knowledge. I strongly encourage you to go check them out. The third one, meditate for 15 minutes a day. Now, when people are saying, don't think while meditating, no, this is the perfect time to think. You're sitting there in complete and utter silence, and you're thinking about your next move. You're thinking about your routine. You're thinking about your business. You're thinking about your religious beliefs. For me personally, I had a routine, what I had thought of for my set day of meditation. So on Monday, I would think about business. On Tuesday, I would think about continuously growing my relationship with the people that I truly need in my life. On Wednesday, I would think about growing my relationship with God. I am an avid Christian, and I wanted to grow my relationship with Him. So you kind of get my understanding of my non-negotiables and the meditation aspect. So when you are meditating, you think. You absolutely think. And you can meditate for 10, 15, 20, 30, 45, an hour a day and continuously think. But the non-negotiable part is at least for 15 minutes a day. And that's my monk mode for the next year, is being in monk mode for a full year. So for me, it's no drugs or alcohol for a full year. No social media, except for the ads portion, for almost a full year. There are a few exceptions, just because I do like to check in on my family and the friends that are actual friends to me and nurture my drive for success. The meditation aspect. So if I cannot meditate for 30 minutes a day, for 45 minutes a day, for an hour a day, then I at least meditate for 15 minutes a day. And I try to read something that feeds my knowledge for 15 minutes a day, whether that's a Robert Kiyosaki book or the Bible. That's me personally. You don't have to read those kinds of books, but something that helps you works.
I wanted to put a pause on this part because I know that I talk about religion a lot, and I know that a lot of you guys might not be religious. But even if you aren't religious, I strongly encourage you guys to at least research something that you believe in, because having a religious belief creates strong morals and values, and it gives you a sense of discipline in your life.
For the 3 things that I did to get out of that headspace, to get out of that feeling like I'm stuck, I'm truly stuck, and I don't know where the fuck to go. So you guys can take with that information and do with it what you want to do with it. I don't care. But if you stay to the end of the video, I will continue to help you guys out in any way, shape, or form. If you want to connect with me, go ahead over to my Instagram. Well, my mic's over there, so I'll send it over here. And go ahead, send me a message. guys have any discussions or anything that you want me to chat with you about, I will help you in every single way that I possibly can, because I know a lot of you were thinking like I was about 3 months ago, and it sucks. I hate feeling like that, and I would hate if you guys were feeling like that as well. So, with that being said, I'll catch you guys next time.